What is going on, you guys? It is Woo back here with another video. I'm not even going to talk about anything in any of this one. We're just going to get right into it. So as the title says, this is about the Xan wax. Now, this wasn't my Xan wax. This was Jimmy's, the crackhead Xan wax, of course. But anyway, we're going to get right into this video. So this all happened like a year and a half ago, I would say. And I was just chilling at my house, right? And Jimmy lived with me at this point. He was living with me for a good like year at this point, I would say. And I always used to give him rides everywhere. So at this point, I don't even remember where he was. It was just like 20 minutes from my house. I remember that. And so Jimmy hits me up talking about he needs a ride home. Now, I should have known something was up right away because I'm not gonna lie, it took like 20 minutes to answer Jimmy, kind of on my bad because I was just chilling. And I answered Jimmy, I'm like, yeah, man, where you at? And about like 25 minutes later, he sends me the address. Now, at this time, I knew Jimmy was on the drugs, but I didn't know like he was on the drugs that hard. So I didn't know he was like passing out and shit, right? So Jimmy texted me about 25 minutes later with the address, and I'm like, all right, bet. I text him how far I am, and he never answered me, but like he never really answered me either way until I like called him or I got there, right? So I'm driving over there about like 20 minutes till I get there, right? And this turned out to be, I don't remember whose house it was, but like I know it was one of Jimmy's friends. Like Jimmy was pretty fucking crackhead at this point, and this motherfucker was too, right? That's all I knew, right? So there was about like four people at this house, and of course Jimmy's passed out inside, and I was very pissed, right? So I pull up to this house, and I start calling Jimmy. I must have called him about like 5, 10 times before I'm like, fuck it, I give up. I'm just gonna sit here for like 10 more minutes. If he doesn't answer, I'm just gonna leave, right? So I sit there for like 10 more minutes, and let alone Jimmy calls me, okay? Now Jimmy calls me and he sounds very fucked up. Like this motherfucker can barely talk, right? And I'm like, yo, Jimmy, I'm here, dude. I've been here for like 30 minutes, right? He's like, oh shit, my bad, man. He walks outside, okay? Now he comes out by himself at first, okay? Now I thought I was just getting Jimmy. I didn't know I was gonna be sticking around for a little bit, alright? So Jimmy gets in the car and I didn't go yet. I don't know why. I should have. We probably could have got out of there, but Jimmy goes like after 2 minutes of sitting there, I don't even know what I was doing. I was probably just on my phone. Jimmy's like, you wanna take a dab? Like in the most like you could tell he was very like not coherent at this point. He was very fucked up, right? So Jimmy says you want to take a dab, all right? Now, I trusted Jimmy's wax at this point 100% because he got it from me. At this point, I was selling a good bit of wax. I was picking up probably like a QP of wax, and then I would just sell to all my friends and like anyone who wanted wax, right? So Jimmy had picked up about like 7 grams of wax from me from the day before, right? So Jimmy had this wax in this little orange container, right? Now I knew Jimmy did Xans at this point, but I had no idea Jimmy was dumb enough to crush the Xans on his wax cap, on like the container it's in, dude. So before I even got here, Jimmy had crushed probably, I would say, like, it looked like he crushed at least 3 or 4 of them fucking Xanax on that bitch and just left residue on it and put the fucking cap back on, right? So Jimmy opens this fucking thing and there's just blue shit everywhere, bro. Like, you can see it, dude. And I'm looking at it, dude. I'm like, Jimmy, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, that's my Xanax. I'm like, Jimmy, what the fuck, man? So now, thank God at this point, we didn't have no nectar collector or like a propane dab rig. I had my Puffco, right? So I'm like, all right, Jimmy, we can hit my Puffco. So I don't know why I hit this wax still when there was literally Xan residue all over it. I was very stupid, but I didn't think it was going to do anything, right? And honestly, it didn't. We'll get into that, but I don't really think it did anything to me. But, so basically, Jimmy bust out his little, I don't even know what he used to scoop this shit, bro. I think it was a key or a pencil or a pen. It was something it was something, alright? So Jimmy scoops this fucking dab into this fucking Puffco. Not gonna lie, Jimmy fucked me, bro. He put like a .2 in my Puffco, bro. Alright, as I was saying, I'm sorry. My cat literally had jumped on my desk and stopped my whole recording, bro. But anyway, as I was saying, Jimmy put this whole .2 in my Puffco. And, like, I still wasn't really thinking at this time that there's literally Xan residue in this shit. But I didn't really give a fuck, alright? It was a dab, right? And I forgot my wax, so I was, like, all for it, alright? So Jimmy drops this fucking .2 in that bitch, and I heat it up, alright? Now, I'm not gonna lie, this dab was really nice. Even there was Xan residue in it, I couldn't tell at all. I just tasted my good-ass wax, right? So, after hitting this dab, Jimmy hits probably, dude, Jimmy was fucked up. I think he took like 3 dabs, bro. Like, this man was fucked up, alright? So, I could tell Jimmy's fucked up. He's literally in the seat next to me, bro, and he's like passing out like every 2 seconds. And I just know he's fucked out of his mind, alright? So, Jimmy, let alone, he goes inside again, alright? Now, Jimmy asked me before, he's like, can I go grab my friend? And I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. Because I think he wanted to take a dab too, but Jimmy, like, had had not asked me before we did the dabs. He literally waited till the 15 minutes that we did the dabs to ask me, all right? My bad. So he brings his friend outside, and let alone two more people come outside. Now, I knew one of these people. He was in one of my stories before. I believe his name was Braden. Very chill dude. He did drugs too, but still very chill dude. And then out comes this fucking I don't even he's their drug dealer, right? So their drug dealer ended up being there, right? This motherfucker walks out. He goes in. So Jimmy's friend, I don't know. I really don't know what was wrong with him, but he was a very interesting person. Now, me and Jimmy's friend, I do know him, but I don't. But we had a little bit of beef because we liked the same girl at the point, and it was really bad. And I don't know why I went here. But anyway, this motherfucker walks outside. The drug dealer walks outside, walks in Jimmy's friend's car, and just sits in the front seat, pulls out tinfoil, and starts smoking a fucking perk, bro. I'm sitting there, I'm blown out of my fucking mind. Now, Braden at this point, I think that's the name. I think that's the name I gave him in the other story. I hope it is, or else you guys are gonna be so confused. Braden decides that he's gonna go do it with him. All right. Now, as I said, Braden's a very interesting person. Chill, dude. I don't even care what he does at this point, bro. He's the only one that actually has like his life set, bro. Unlike these other motherfuckers just taking drugs, right? So at this point, I'm very like I do not want to be here, but also I'm not leaving Jimmy here, bro. So about 20 minutes passed by. Jimmy's friend ended up coming out like 10 minutes after, but me, Jimmy, and Jimmy's friend all went in my car and we started taking dabs again. We left the other two in the other car because I wasn't fucking with that, alright? So we're taking dabs in my car again, and about like 15 minutes go later of us taking dabs, Jimmy's friend is fucked up. I'm sorry, Jimmy's friend is literally passing out just like worse than Jimmy, bro. Like, I look back every 2 seconds, he's nodding off fucking like head sideways, bro. It's terrible, bro. Like, I don't know how these people lived, right? So 15 minutes go by, and Jimmy, like, he was kind of coherent at this point. I don't know how. This motherfucker says he's going to go check on Braden and the drug dealer, right? So we walk over to the car. Braden's passed out, like, on the fucking window, and the drug dealer's face down with the tinfoil still in his fucking hand, bro. And I'm like, dude, oh my god. And they're in the car. Keep in mind, he's in the front seat with the keys in the ignition, and they're listening to music, bro. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, bro? And keep in mind, I'm going to say this because this is actually kind of important in the story. Literally, they were telling me, like, 4 hours before this, they had just bailed this drug dealer out of jail because he got pulled over with perks. Like, this is fucked up. Like, this is the idea that you should be getting of these motherfuckers. They're insane and stupid, and you should never do this shit, right? So this motherfucker's got his fucking tinfoil on his lap, and he's just fucking smoking his perk, right? And he's passed out. Now, Jimmy decides he has the bright idea. So the sunroof is open, all right? I don't know why the sunroof was open. None of the windows were open but the sunroof. And Jimmy had this smart idea. He was going to pour water on him, all right? He pours water on this motherfucker. He doesn't wake up. This motherfucker's still slumped over on his fucking, like, his head is all the way down, neck probably hurting like a fucking bitch, bro. He just slumped over, bro. And Jimmy poured water on his ass. So, let alone, Jimmy decides he's going to open the door and just wake this kid up because he, realistically, from what I know, you're not really supposed to pass out on perks. I don't really know, or, like, in a certain way, I don't know. That's what Jimmy said, so he didn't want to die. But I'm going to be honest, Jimmy, you almost fucking died a lot, buddy. But anyway. So we get this motherfucker. I didn't get this motherfucker car. Jimmy gets this motherfucker out of the car, and he decides that he's gonna go inside. All right. So Jimmy's friend, and Braden all go inside. Now it's just me and Jimmy outside. Now I'm decided that we're gonna go home. I'm not sticking around this kid's house anymore because this is literally Zan and Perk like territory, bro. This is the worst. All right. So we go. Me and Jimmy, and like I said, it's probably like a 20-minute ride home, 15, 20, but I'm going to be honest, I was driving an SRT at this point. I definitely got us there pretty fast, alright? Now, like I said earlier, the Xan and the fucking wax didn't really do anything to me, thank God, because I had never done Xans, and I don't want to do Xans, and that would have been fucked, alright? So we get on home. Now, you guys probably think the story ends there. No, it doesn't. I have a little bonus that Jimmy decided to do, alright? So Jimmy, as I said, he passes out a lot on the Xans, right, and the perks. I think he was only on Xans at this point because the perks he would like usually like get really fucked up. Like, it was bad, bro, and like he didn't seem like that at this point. He was still kind of coherent, all right? So we walk inside. Jimmy decides he's gonna go make some food, all right? Now, I have never heard of the Xan munchies. I always thought it was just munchies, like you smoke weed and you get munchies and you eat food, alright? But the Xan munchies are something different, alright? So Jimmy decides he's gonna go in the kitchen and go make him some food. Now, how me and Jimmy were set up at this point, we both were in the basement because I would have us in. So upstairs, I had a gaming room and a bedroom, but I didn't want to like split that up. So I said, "Fuck it, Jimmy, you're gonna sleep downstairs," and then yeah, like whatever. But I would still hang out with Jimmy downstairs all the time because that's my boy. All right. So I go downstairs and I start watching some fucking YouTube because that's all there is to do, bro. It's probably like 11 o'clock at this point, 11 or 12, bro. And I just got done seeing some dude smoke perks, pass out, and all this other shit, bro. Like I need to go to fucking bed or some shit, right? So let alone 10 minutes. I mean, dude, honestly, it was probably 15, 20 minutes because I watched the whole fucking Mr. Beast video. Jimmy walks downstairs with a plate, all right? Now, I didn't think anything of it. Jimmy usually eats normal food. Or, like, okay, it was normal food, just weird concoction, all right? This motherfucker, all right, walks downstairs, sits right next to me. I look over. This motherfucker's got spaghetti, chips, a granola bar, and on his spaghetti, like, dude, holy shit, dude, I don't think I've seen this much hot sauce in my fucking life on spaghetti, bro. Like, oh my fucking god, bro. I've never seen hot sauce on spaghetti in my life either way, but this motherfucker must have poured half the bottle in that bitch. Dude, holy shit, bro. He munched this shit down, bro. Like, oh my fucking god, I've never seen anything like it, dude. This shit was fucking insane, alright? So, after he eats his food, this is where shit gets kind of interesting. Alright, now notice how I said the Xans didn't really hit me in the wax earlier? Well, we decided to take a dab again, alright? Now, at this point, I was only taking a dab because I wanted to sleep, and I have no idea why I didn't hit my wax. I had the same wax just with no Xan residue in it, right? So Jimmy, once again, I can't tell you how much he put in this Puffco this time, but it was the good, like, 0.1, 0.2, like, same as last time. Dude, I took this dab, and I tell you, probably like 5 minutes later, I start feeling really fucking weird, bro. Like, really fucking weird. Now, the reason why I said earlier is I haven't done Xans, won't do Xans, and like, I stay away from them. And now I'm saying, like, I was feeling really weird. I asked Jimmy, like, after this, and I asked if it was just placebo, because I was tweaking about the Xans at this point, like, being in there. I was like, Jimmy, I don't know, man. Like, fuck this, bro. Like, I don't know, man. But anyway, I think it was placebo effect, because that was all that happened. I literally just started feeling really weird, and it literally just felt like a come up on acid. That's all it felt like out of this Xan wax, right? And honestly, it could have been the Xan, like, doing a little bit just because there was, like, residue in it. But I'm going to go on a limb and say it was placebo effect and me being shitting my pants because he literally had crushed Xans in his fucking wax, bro. Like, Jimmy's a fucking crackhead, bro. I've never seen anything like that. But anyway, kind of a short one today. I'm sorry about that. It's kind of late for me right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's like 10 o'clock, bro, and I'm really tired. But I just need to push a video today, and this is the one I wanted to tell. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy oh my god, enjoyed the video, and I hope y'all enjoy my new outro. It is my friend. He is really good at making music. Like I said in the last video, he is on every platform except like some weird ass like Pandora or anything like that. He is not on that shit, because who the fuck is on that shit? But anyway, it's been Woo, and I'm out.
What the fuck? Yeah, I fucked up, tweaking with my mom, I know she giving up, like what the fuck, taking cars and smoking weed from out that Dutch, I got let up, yeah, let's go, me told me, boy, you fucking up, and you know what's up.